In the arcade version, this guy is Mr. Clean. Howdy, folks. You may be asking, Wheels, why are you back on floor 4? You've already beaten floor 4. And that's because I wanted to show you how fun it is to die on floor 4. No, that's because I wanted to talk to you about the differences in this game. They're all, like, cosmetic, but they're there, and I just wanted to tell you a couple of things. One is that these bees are not bees. They are butterflies, like I thought, moths, butter moths, beater moths. I don't know. They're more butterfly than bee, is what I'm trying to get at. And you can definitely see that in the arcade version. Also, I'd like to talk about that guy's face. That guy's face is amazing. And I'd also like to talk about the fact that in the arcade version, Thomas here looks even less like Thomas than he does in this version somehow. He doesn't even look Japanese. Or, this is a Hong Kong movie. He doesn't even look Hong Konganese? I don't know what you call somebody from Hong Kong. He does not look like a citizen of Hong Kong. He looks like a brown-haired Caucasian dude. So, you remember how I told you that this game has practically nothing to do with Wheels on Meals because it was actually meant to be a Game of Death game? Oh, I didn't actually say the name. It was meant to be a video game version of Game of Death, and then they changed it at the last minute to Wheels on Meals because that was the hot new property and they wanted to bank on Jackie Chan. Now, the thing about that is that besides the fact that you appear to be in a pagoda and there are 5 separate floors, this has nothing to do with Game of Death either. The bosses aren't anything like the fighters in Game of Death. You never, as far as I know, fight Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And the Mr. X Sylvia plot has nothing to do with that movie either. So I just don't get it, man. I hate Quasimodo. By the way, this game ends in this video. This is not the same recording session as the last one, despite what I said in the last video, in the last Kung Fu video. I was planning on beating it in that Kung Fu video, and then stuff got in the way, and people needed my attention, and they were more important than video games. I apologize, everybody. Sometimes real life is just more important than video games. But I'm back. I also want to talk about the fact that this is being insanely obnoxious, given that I have beaten this floor without getting hit off camera. Of course, I'm not going to be able to do it on camera, because that's just the way of the Let's Player. The Let's Play curse is real, guys. Oh my god! Seriously, I can beat Quasimodo without getting hit. I think his actual name is like the Black Mage or something like that. He's a magician, which is why he can shoot fire, and something that I haven't seen him do, but he apparently can do, summon dragons. Ow! And for the record, like I said, he's not in Game of Death. All of the fights in Game of Death are purely martial arts based. I know because I read the Wikipedia synopsis. I have not actually seen Game of Death. Haven't had the time, but I want to someday. I'm honestly not super familiar with Bruce Lee. Or kung fu movies in general. Oh my god! I loved Jackie Chan as a kid. Well, I shouldn't say I loved Jackie Chan as a kid. I love Jackie Chan in general. I have loved him since I was a kid. But I don't know a lot about other kung fu actors or martial artists. Your Chow Yun Fats or your Bruce Lee's or your Lucy Liu's. Whoa. Okay. He just summoned exploding bees. But alas, I am finally on the final floor again. I originally thought about starting on the last floor, but I realized that if I started here, there just wouldn't be enough substance in the video, and I felt bad about the last one being a shorter video. I wonder if they're just like falling to the bottom of the pagoda, or if there's like a moat or something down there. I hope they fall to the bottom of the pagoda, shatter their bones and stuff. That's what they get for messing with me. So the story goes that Thomas and Sylvia were just taking a walk one day when Mr. X showed up, and he's like, "I'm gonna take your girlfriend. If you want her back, beat me at the Devil's Castle." The end. There's no reason why he took your girlfriend. He just did. Alright, I'm back. That was embarrassing. I'm sorry about that. I thought I had this game down to a science by now. I guess I was wrong. Although, I will say, this is actually the kind of game that I prefer. I grew up with Donkey Kong Country, and especially Donkey Kong Country 2, so I love punishing games that require a lot of patience. So games like this, games like Mega Man, your Dark Souls, your Binding of Isaacs. That's not to say that I like unfairly hard games. If it's a game that's hard because it's random, doesn't have any patterns that you can figure out, that's not cool. If it's a game that's hard because it's broken, that's not cool. But I like games like this, where you can get through just with a lot of time and patience and perseverance. So I just realized that regardless of what movie this is supposed to be based on, the outfit he's wearing looks nothing like the outfits either of them wear in the movies. Because Game of Death is the one that has Bruce Lee in his famous jumpsuit, isn't it? And not once in Wheels on Meals does Jackie Chan wear karate gi. I feel like they made this game, but they weren't confident in its ability to sell on its own, so they decided they had to put a license on it. Which is weird, because this is a Nintendo game. Granted, it's early Nintendo, but it's Nintendo. It's just weird. Between this and Popeye, it's so bizarre thinking of them making games based on licenses. Or non-video game licenses, anyway. Like, imagine, if you will, if Nintendo announced today that they were going to be making a Switch experience for Creed 2. It would be a Punch-Out clone, but it would still be based on Creed. Wouldn't that be weird? Haha, it works. I had read in my research that if you duck and kick this guy, you'll hit him every time. It's not every time, but he can't block your duck kicks. Haha, I win! No, you don't. No, you don't. Oh my god, that was so close. Move, 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 move! I did it! I beat the game! Game over. Congratulations, Thomas and Sylvia! But their happiness does not continue long. That's depressing. That's a depressing way to end your game. I mean, I know it's not an ending. It loops again, but that's a depressing way to end it. Now, one thing I'm going to address before I leave is that another thing I came across in my research is there's supposedly a way to fight against Sylvia if you get 50 loops in a row. I have found no actual proof of this online. I just saw it on, like, GameFAQs. So, if that's more than a playground rumor and you can back that up, let me know. But I feel like it's just a playground rumor. Alright. That was Kung Fu, aka Spartan X, aka Wheels on Meals, aka Kung Fu Master, aka that took me far too long to do. Next time I promise it won't take 4 videos to beat a game like this. I can't promise that. It'll probably take like 7. That's not 4 videos though, so I'm not lying. Anyway, bye!